All right guys, today's episode we are going to be reviewing and taking out in the field the Proficiency Pocket Rod. This guy is, my first initial thoughts of this thing guys was it was hot garbage. All right, so it's got an aluminum frame which makes it great for durability. Even the reel has got aluminum bell housing, it's got an aluminum handle. You think that this thing is going to be great, and then you try to line it up and you realize you need tools to line up the rod. So that's the first thing guys I did not like about it, is it takes a tool to actually get the line through the rod because the line comes out the end of it here. Makes it nice for when you're casting and stuff like that. You don't have any extra line or anything, but at the same time, as big as that hole is right there, you actually have to use a piece of metal that comes with it, shoot it down the rod, and that's how you get the line through. Mine came with a cable. I believe they all come with a cable, but I lost that thing way before I even decided I was going to actually try to use it. So I'm going to show you guys how to line this thing up. It's got a very poor gear ratio. It's like 2.5 to 1. So basically you're like every 2.5 cranks, you're pulling in 1 inch of line. That's a lot of cranks. That's the other thing I hate about it. Outside of that guys, I think it does pretty good. This thing is not designed for big fish. The biggest fish I caught with it today was about 12 inches, and it gave it a run for its money. So let's take it out guys, let's see what we can do. All right guys, let's go over how to actually line this pole so you can get fishing with it. So it's going to come like this right here. The line's going to be inside the reel. You're going to have to pop it off and grab your line and get it started. All right, so this line is not going to feed through this rod with you just feeding it in there. I'll tell you that right now, it's not going to happen. So if you look on the back of the packaging, you're going to see a piece of cable just about the same length of this right here. You can tie your line on it, you can feed it down through there, pull your line through. And if you happen to lose that like I did, if you look inside this little cap right here, this is a little line tie or your hook holder, hook keeper. If you actually pull that off, you're going to find 2 little dowel rods in there, metal dowel rods with little eye ties on them that you could actually tie your line to, and these will actually shoot through the rod there, and you can pull your line through with these. So make sure you keep either these or the cable. I suggest you keep all 3, but if you're going to lose one, I'd lose the cable because there's really nowhere to store it at. Like on these right here, you can just store them right inside there. I'm going to keep one of them out. All right, you should just tie a little simple knot on there like that right there. Nothing major. Well, I guess a little better than that, huh? You don't have to get all crazy with it. Do like a little 2-wrap overhand. Tighten it down. And then you just want to take this rod. You want to push it into here. And then just let it do its thing. And it's going to shake down through there. Yeah, I tell you it's going to, and now it won't. I don't know why it don't want to go down. I did not have this much, there we go. I did not have that much trouble with it earlier, guys. All right, but as you see, you probably want to keep that wire, because it could be a real pain. I ain't gonna try to tell no lies about this thing, guys. It's a real pain in the ass to use. All right, so once you got that out, you tie your hook on there, you tie a lure on there. I recommend a bobber and a sinker. So I took this out yesterday, guys, and I ran a curly tail on it, and it took me all I had, just like cranking on this thing, just to get the curly tail off the bottom and it's kind of swimming in the column. So the gear ratio is way too slow for any lures. I mean, unless you really want to be bearing down on it the whole time, which you don't want to. So I recommend a slip bobber and just a hook and NightCrawler, which is what we're going to use today, guys. So let's get this thing in the water and let's just see just how awful this thing really is. That explains my morning right there, full detail. All right, let's set this. Look at that. Getting hit right away on it. All right, let's get it back out there. Maybe we could find something decent that wants to hit it. Oh yeah, we got him. What we got here? A little bluegill. All right, that wasn't too bad. Just a little bitty guy. We're getting back in there, see if we can't find something a little bit bigger than that right there. That wasn't too awful though. The gear ratio is just awful though. That's what I was talking about, with the problem being with this thing is actually the gear ratio is so low. All right guys, I know there's a decent sized bass that's been living right here. I almost caught him the other day on a fluke, I think it was. You guys didn't know about it because I didn't catch him. So if I don't catch him, you know, you can't make a video about a fish you don't catch. Here we go. We got us a bass with this one. Look at him go. There we go. We got a largemouth. A little bit bigger fish. Yes. We need to get a little bigger guy than this right here, but that's still not too bad. He's probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches. Pretty fun little catch though. Let's get back out there. Let's see if we can find a bigger bass than that right there. There we go. Well, we got a big bluegill or something this time. A little bigger bluegill than we've been catching. He put up a pretty good little fight. He's not a bad gill right there. There we go. It's not a bad looking little gill. All right, beautiful creek fish, guys. All right, get back in there. What we got? He's coming this way, whatever he is, so he ain't fighting too hard against me. Oh, that's a good gill. Definitely the best one of the day. Oh, it's a green sunfish. All right, 3rd species of the day, and it's a big greenie. He fought really well. There we go. Almost the best fighter of the day. I give him the 2nd spot. The bass, of course, outfought him with the jumps and acrobatics, but he gave the best run so far. All right, buddy. That was a good size green sunfish there. Not bad for no creek fish right there, man. What up, guys? Got a largemouth, green sunfish, a few bluegill. I'll be honest with you, it's a lot harder to catch a big fish on NightCrawler than I thought. So when I was here the other day, I caught a pretty decent largemouth. He's about 14, 15 inches, but I saw a big smallmouth that swam out there with him. I was hoping I'd come over here and just, like, with no problem, throw a NightCrawler over there and catch that bass, but he ain't nowhere to be found. So I gotta go find him. and hopefully I can. I want to get a smallmouth because I know they fight the best out of all these fish that I am catching so far. But more importantly, I want to get a hold of a big one because I want to see what this thing can really do. All right, so far as a bait rod, this thing's perfect. If you just want to go out to a spillway, catch you some bluegill while you're catfishing, right, to use for bait, this thing's perfect. I heard people making some complaints about them. One guy was complaining about the line and things like that, but man, these are things you can change. For 20 bucks, it's a pretty sweet little rod, packs away right in your bag. All right, guys, I'm gonna move over, fish another section of this, so see what we can catch. I need those smallmouth to find this. Got that fish. There's a bluegill. I think it's another bluegill. I got a smallmouth running with him. It's a rock bass. Okay, we got our rock bass. He had a smallmouth trying to get that worm out of his mouth, so maybe there's a smallmouth we can catch yet. There we go. This is a tiny specimen of a rock bass. Very, very little. Not much you can really say about them when they're that little, because that's just a juvenile. What you would expect to catch on a little bitty hook and bobber. All right, let's see if we can get that other fish that was running with him, because it looked like there was a smallmouth that was chasing that bait with him. He kind of spooked at the end when he saw me. There we go. We got a smallmouth this time. Watch it come over for it. Whatever kind of fish this is, he's not bad. Oh, it's actually a spot. Looks like a spot. A spot or a mean mouth. That's a spot. Okay, it's our second bass species. Definitely thought we had something better than this, but what we got here is a beautiful spotted bass. You can tell by his stripings on him, solid lateral line. If you look down there inside his tongue, you'll see a patch. He closes his mouth up. His jaw doesn't extend past his eye. Yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful little spot. All right, let's see if we can't lure something else out. He wanted to smoke. See you later, buddy. Down here is where I had the two fish on a couple days ago when I was using the little curly tail grub. Oh, it's a big smallmouth in there with him. I got both of them. I got both of them. I got both of them. Oh, I lost him. Dude, I had both those fish. He ate the bluegill that was on my cheek. I'll bring some NightCrawlers this time and just see if I can't get one of them smallmouth over here. All right, I'll move our way on down through here. A little bit of a trail. This place gets fished a little bit, not a whole lot. Just a few of us that really fish it. As you can tell so far, it's really not, you know, a lot of big fish in here. They are here though. I've caught some pretty big fish in here. You usually got to explore though. A lot of the fish get yanked out by some of the other people, so kind of limited on how well the bluegill fishing is in here usually. But if you get in here early spring, it's usually pretty good bluegill fishing. But the water's been so low for so long now that what fish are in their holes are in their holes, and if somebody's taking them out, there's no new ones coming in. All right, get through these bushes and weeds, man. One of the worst parts about all this, guys, is cutting through all this stuff. All right, we're here. We're gonna get us a NightCrawler on, guys, and see what we can catch. See a small bass right here on the bank line, right stinking in front of me. There's like literally a bass right here. That's a good smallmouth there. He's got some fight in him. It's not even a smallmouth. It's another one of those mean-mouth mixes right here. This looks like a smallmouth at first glance, but he's not a smallmouth. He's actually a mix between a smallmouth and a spotted bass. Not even the best one of the morning, guys, but he was by far the most aggressive. It's another spotted bass, possibly a mean mouth. It looks to be mixed with the smallmouth. I don't know. I know I could see him right there though. He put up a good fight though. That was a lot of fun. That's what I'm talking about with these little rods, guys. Stuff like that is just an absolute blast. You hook into a good fish, man. I mean, the fight was on right there. That's a lot of fun. All right. Let's see what else we can get ourselves into. Oh. Got him. Another species. We got a long ear right here. This is the tropical beauty of the creek right here. These guys here are absolutely beautiful. Just a stunning, stunning fish. Beautiful colors on them. You can tell it's a long ear by this long ear flap right here. It's where they get their name. Not to be confused with a pumpkin seed, which a lot of people call them. Just an absolutely stellar fish. See you later, buddy. Did I get that one at least? Yeah, I did. Well, we got a decent bass here. A smallmouth. Is it another? It's another big spot. No, it's a smallmouth. There we go. It's another little smallmouth, guys. A lot of fun though, man. I'm telling you. I just feel like I'm going to get a big one if I just keep trying. But just these ones this size here, guys, put up a pretty good fight. See you later, buddy. There we go. Good smallmouth. Okay, guys, these things are not the best. This is probably the best bass we've caught this morning. Still not the size of the one I'm looking for, but you can see this thing really struggled. And I don't know what's this, like 9, maybe 10 inches. It's a struggle. I want to catch something big. I really do. All right, buddy. We'll see you later. This little hole's loaded up though. It's like the second or third smallmouth, and I caught a couple spotted bass out of here. Nice. Well, guys, that is a wrap on the Proficiency extendable compact fishing rod, whatever this thing is called, the pocket rod, guys. My initial thoughts and review was this thing was hot garbage. The line was garbo on it, the action was garbo on it, you couldn't set a hook, gear ratio was awful, you couldn't run lures. When it come down to it, guys, using this thing for what it was actually, I think, designed for, which is actually like a bait rod, it's perfect for it. I mean, the gear ratio sucks, but it's a little bitty real, right? I mean, what do you expect the gear ratio to be when you got a little bit of gears, a little bit of handle? You know, it's going to be awful. You know, that's why you like bait casters and have a great big oversized handle on it. They get a big oversized handle so you get a better gear ratio to be able to crank fish in faster. But this right here, guys, for $19.99, I don't think it's too bad. I do recommend changing the line, and I also recommend not losing the pieces that are used for lining the rod. I tried putting line through the rod without the tools, and it was next to impossible. It's kind of staggered in there, so the line doesn't feed through there right. But yeah, guys, I think it's a pretty cool little rod for 20 bucks. And see, $25 get you out here on the water and catch you some, at least some bait fish and some small smallmouth and spotted bass. 10, 11-inch fish, guys. I mean, heck, that's some of the days I have on normal tackle sometimes. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.